Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Paul. This show I like to go over things that I am curious about and things that I've looked into, I like to share. So with today's video, I want to talk to you about a sensitive topic, and it's this. It's talking about confronting your bad habits. Now, I think with us in life, we know that there's 1,000 things that we can improve on. Some of the things we frankly just don't care to improve on. Other things we want to get better at, but it's hard, and so we kind of just give up and say, whatever. This is just how I am. But I was thinking about this tonight because procrastination is one of mine. And, I have my to-do list, I have my important things that are done, but I always have that one thing that I don't want to do because it's either going to take a long time or use a lot of, energy or brain power, whatever. And so I know that's an issue for me. And as I'm wrapping things up today, it's almost 1 a.m. and went and put the cover out on my motorcycle. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, these bad habits that you have, you will not be able to carry them to where you want to go. You will not be able to carry them, next year when you think you'll be here. If you're in this position, you can't be procrastinating. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to take your time, take energy, and you're going to need to go from thing to thing to thing. You cannot be procrastinating. Right now, you may have like one thing a day where it's, going to take a lot of time. You're going to have multiple things a day in the future where it's doing those things. You can't be procrastinating, Paul. Like, this is not okay. And so this is just one of I have numerous bad habits. And so this is why I was thinking about talking to you guys about this tonight is if you are wanting to be somewhere in life, like further along, you have to know you cannot keep those bad habits. And know this too. For those that do, it's actually oftentimes worse for them in the end because they crash harder. So they're like, okay, great. I got to experience the success and, whatever else. Yet the crash is harder because they made it higher and now the bad habit brought them back low because eventually the bad habit catches up. And so this is just something to think about, that if you are trying to make it to the next level, if you are trying to go somewhere and there's going to be more pressure, more responsibility, etc., you got to start looking at the bad habits that you have. Is it the way you eat? Is it not getting enough sleep? Is it sleeping too long, like you're sleeping in too late? Is it not educating yourself? You're not reading every day. Whatever the things are, is it the people who you hang out with? Are they, bringing you down? Whatever it is that you can say, okay, these are bad habits in my life. I keep going here. I keep staying up late. I keep sleeping in too early. I'm not eating right. I'm not working out. I'm not reading. Whatever the case may be, these bad habits eventually will catch up. Some are more invisible than others. Some are way more obvious. But either way, know this, that when the time comes, when the time is coming, and I'm not saying this necessarily from experience, although I have a little bit, because there's definitely so many more levels than what I want to get to than what I've had before. But you can observe this with any level of accomplishment. When you make any level of accomplishment, there's going to be more and more things that want your attention, that want to distract you. And the more bad habits you are currently having at that level, the easier it's going to be to heed those different distractions, those different temptations, and all of what that entails. So make a list. This is what I do and what I'm going to continue to do for my stuff, and mainly the one is procrastination that I'm working on right now. Make a list and attack that. And so for me, one of the ways that I'm going to practically be working on this, because for a procrastinator, making a list is just the thing that they want to do, and then they want to get into it some other time. So for me, one of the things that I'm going to do is I have my things that I do first thing in the morning. That's not going to change. But one of the things that I plan on doing is doing that hard thing, that one thing. And I'm going to try and make sure that there's not more than one thing per day, because it can already be difficult sometimes. But doing that thing early in the day, that way I knock it out and get it out of the way and get it done and over with. That's how I'm going to specifically be working on my procrastination, not just making lists, because that's what we love to do there. So think about what yours are. Think about the different bad habits that you have and list them out. If you try and change everything all at once, unless you're like in a military boot camp, it's probably not going to work. Even then, some of those things still persist. So try and just go for one thing at a time and then have it be super, super practical. Like, how are you going to work on it? How are you going to change this bad habit? What practical things are you going to do? List it out and then practically fit it in. Again, don't try and change too many things at once. Otherwise, it's going to be a overload on your brain. It's going to involve too much willpower, and you're just going to break, and then you're going to fall right back into them, and you may even fall harder back into them. So that would be my suggestion. Don't try too hard to change everything all at once or too quick. Otherwise, you could revert back harder. So anyways, with that being said, let me know if this video was helpful at all. Let me know down in the comments below. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.